A tropical storm had settled over the Panama Canal. The sky was dark, rain lashed against the windows, and distant thunderclaps echoed like the footsteps of impending disaster. Mateo Alvarez, a curious and intelligent 12-year-old boy, was wide awake. His father, Enrique Alvarez, was one of the chief engineers of the canal and a real hero in Mateo's eyes. But tonight, Mateo felt uneasy. The sound of the wind was different, almost like nature was issuing a warning. As he closed his eyes, a piercing alarm broke through the night. This wasn't just any alarm. Mateo jumped out of bed and rushed into the hallway. Light was spilling from under his father's door. Slowly, he pushed it open to find his father staring anxiously at his computer screen. "Dad, what's going on?" Enrique flinched and quickly shut the screen. "Go back to bed, Mateo. It's going to be a busy night." But Mateo could see the fear on his father's face. "Dad, I can help." Enrique sighed deeply. There was no point in hiding it now. The canal's automated systems have failed, son. If the gates don't open, the water levels will spiral out of control, and it'll be a disaster. Mateo's heart pounded. "Then we need to open the gates manually, right?" Enrique looked at his son and hesitated. This was dangerous work, but he knew how sharp Mateo was. Maybe, just maybe, they had a chance. "Yes, but those systems haven't been used in decades. We don't have much time." Father and son hurried out of the control room and descended into a narrow tunnel leading deep into the canal structure. It was the only way to reach the manual controls. Mateo touched the damp walls of the tunnel. The dripping water from the ceiling made the journey eerily suspenseful. Suddenly, a deep rumble echoed through the canal's depths. "Dad, what was that?" Enrique quickly checked a gauge nearby. "The dam's pressure release valves have been damaged. If we don't regain control, thousands of tons of water will be unleashed." Mateo swallowed hard. Time was running out. When they finally reached the manual control room, Mateo froze for a moment. The manual control panel was rusted and in pieces. His father tried to move the levers, but they wouldn't budge. "It's not working," Mateo exclaimed. Enrique clenched his teeth. "It's rusted, but there has to be a way." Mateo rummaged through his backpack and pulled out a small bottle of oil. His father had taught him how to lubricate machines. "Let's try this." They poured the oil over the hinges and gears. Enrique gripped the lever again. "Come on, Mateo." Together, both of them pushed with all their strength. Screech! The metal groaned as the lever moved. Suddenly, hydraulic systems roared to life. But it wasn't over yet. The main release system still hadn't activated. "Is this enough?" Mateo asked. Enrique scanned the control panel. "No, the pumps aren't working yet. We need to activate the hydro pumps." To activate the pump system, one person needed to stay at the station to press a button, while another would have to run to a distant station to manually start the pumps. Enrique turned to his son. "Mateo, you'll stay here and press the button. I'll go to the other station. But Dad, don't go alone. We don't have a choice. Trust me, Mateo." Reluctantly, Mateo nodded as Enrique rushed off. The young boy was left alone among the massive, groaning machinery. Through the static of the radio, his father's voice crackled. "Mateo, are you ready?" "Yes." "We need to press the buttons at the exact same time, or it won't work." Mateo placed his fingers over the button and took a deep breath. His father's voice came again. 3, 2, 1. Now! Mateo slammed the button. For a moment, there was silence. Then, boom. The entire system shook. Mateo felt the machines coming to life around him. And then, from above, came a tremendous roar of rushing water. The water was being released in a controlled flow. They had succeeded. But it wasn't over. Water began leaking through the ceiling of the control room. "Dad, we need to get out of here." Enrique's voice came through the radio. "Get out of there, Mateo. The room will flood as the water drains." Mateo ran toward the exit, but a pipe burst and fell in front of him. He was trapped. Mateo gasped for breath as the water level rose around him. "Dad, I'm stuck." Suddenly, his father burst through the door. "Hang on, son." Enrique grabbed the heavy pipe and tried to lift it, but it wouldn't budge. "We need more strength," Mateo shouted. Together, father and son pushed with all their might. Finally, crash! The pipe shifted, and Mateo scrambled free. Together, they sprinted out of the room just as the door slammed shut behind them with a deafening boom. By morning, the engineers had inspected the canal. Without Mateo and Enrique, the Panama Canal would have suffered its worst disaster in history. Officials publicly thanked them. Enrique hugged his son tightly. "Mateo, you're a true hero." Mateo grinned. "So are you, Dad." And so, a father and son saved the Panama Canal. What would you do in such a moment of crisis? This brings us to the end of the story. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell.